What's up, marketers? Today I'm going to show you exactly how much money I made my first month being monetized on YouTube. So I'm going to pull back the curtain on exactly how much I made from YouTube AdSense. That is, how much money they're paying me to put ads on my videos. And I gotta tell you, it was way more than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to take you inside my analytics and show you why I made that money without that many subscribers or views. At the time of publishing this, I have about 4,500 subscribers and have achieved 120,000 views over the entire lifetime of my channel. But before I dive into that, I want to explain why I'm sharing this information, because it's not intended to be boastful, to be flashy, or to brag. Additionally, I don't even know if this video is going to do really well for my channel since I primarily post about Facebook ads. However, when I first started out on YouTube, I watched several other creators of all community sizes share about how much money they were making from their YouTube AdSense. And these videos helped me immensely. Number one, they were really inspirational, and they also helped me frame my mindset for what kind of revenue I could make from this channel. Additionally, I also saw them contributing to this larger conversation surrounding money and transparency that I also want to contribute to, because I 100% believe that if this information is shared more freely, then it's going to spread more wealth. So if you are a media buyer or an entrepreneur, you cannot sleep on YouTube. People are hungry for more information about paid social media and about how to grow a business. In fact, this channel has completely changed my life in under a year, and if this information inspires just one other person to take the plunge on YouTube, then it will be well worth it for me. So the next thing I want to talk about is how you can get monetized on YouTube. So in order to get monetized on YouTube, that is making money through AdSense, putting ads on your videos, you need to do two things. Number one, you need to reach a subscriber count of at least 1,000. And number two, you need to achieve at least 4,000 hours of watch time. So I got monetized on December 27th, 2020, about 7 months after I started this channel. Now, what's interesting is I actually achieved 1,000 subscribers in around October 2020, but it still took me another 3 months to get those 4,000 hours of watch time. And frankly, this is not an easy process at all. At the time that I had got monetized, I had already created and published 54 videos, which when you boil down to 2 to 3 hours it takes to write a script, to the approximate 2 hours it takes to film a video, and the approximate 3 to 4 hours it takes to edit a video, we're looking at about 400 hours of dedication just to get monetized. And that was for me. It's different for everyone else. And this does not include things like responding to your DMs, responding to all the comments or emails, and all the other things I do to keep this channel going. Now, if you're interested in learning more about my YouTube strategy and even how I was able to generate revenue before being monetized, leave me a comment below and maybe I will start a mini YouTube growth series on this channel. Don't worry though, this channel is always going to be about paid social media and Facebook ads. I just also happen to be really passionate about YouTube, and I'd love to share that with you. So before I dive into what I made on my first month of monetization, I want to talk about what some other creators have been making on YouTube. Now, this really helped me frame what I thought I could make on this platform, and I think it's really interesting to see how subscribers and views doesn't always translate into cash, and I want to tell you why that is. So two of my favorite YouTubers are Shelby and Monica Church. Shelby has been particularly transparent about what she makes from YouTube AdSense. So for the year 2020, with 1.63 million subscribers and about 33 million views for the entire year, she made about $169,000 from YouTube AdSense alone, which shakes down to about $14,000 per month. So what I want to point out right away is that YouTube does not take into account subscribers or views to determine how much money you make. It actually boils down to your CPM and your RPM to determine your revenue. So CPM is cost per mil, or cost per 1,000 impressions. Essentially, this is what YouTube charges an advertiser to show their ad on your video. And the next one is RPM, or revenue per mil. Now, this is the actual take-home revenue that a creator will make per 1,000 views. And traditionally, the RPM is about a half of the CPM. So if YouTube is charging an advertiser $20 to post their ad on your video, YouTube is actually going to take about half of that and then give the other half of that revenue to the creator. Another key thing to note here is that some niches are more profitable than others. Now, Shelby Church has both a vlog channel and a main channel, so it was really fascinating to see that that CPM, RPM breakdown between those two different channels. So historically, things like vlogging, fashion, and DIY tend to have lower RPMs and CPMs, and therefore those creators make less money per 1,000 views. And that's primarily because those markets are so saturated with creators, so the competition is a lot more fierce. Whereas things like finance, and as I found out, media buying are way more lucrative and have a lot higher RPMs and CPMs. So Graham Stephan, on the other hand, talks a lot about finance and investing in the real estate market. And like I said, these are things that historically have much higher CPMs and RPMs. In fact, his RPMs in 2020 were about $14.56, about 2 times the amount of what Shelby's were. And he made over $1.5 million alone from just YouTube AdSense last year. But these are massive creators, so they're not really a good comparison for what I could be making, because I'm just starting off with YouTube and I have, a lower subscriber count and I don't get that many views. So I started to take a look at what other marketers who have YouTube channels were making within their first year on YouTube. So I was trying to find people who had similar subscriber count and even similar view counts to myself. So the one marketer that I took a close look at was Shruti, who does a lot of videos about Pinterest marketing as well as how to generate an income online. And she shared her RPMs for last year, and I thought they were super high. She ended up actually making $376 her first month, which I thought would be a great comparison for me. However, since she had about 2,200 hours of watch time, I figured I would come in quite a bit lower because I was only averaging like 1,000 hours of view time per month. So when I got monetized in late December, I figured I would make about $100 to $150 my first full month on YouTube. I even took to Twitter to ask you guys what you thought I would make, and here are the results. So a majority of you thought that I would make under $100, which is super fair. And actually YouTube doesn't even send out checks for anything less than 100. So many of you thought that I wasn't going to be making any money at all my first month on YouTube. And let me just say that we were all wrong. So the money that I made for my first month being monetized on YouTube in January 2021 was $692.28. Wow. Now, I actually want to take you inside to my ad account and show you a few of the things that contributed to this. So the number one thing that I want to point out is my watch time actually more than doubled during this time. And the idea here is that if more people are watching your videos for longer amounts of time, then they're seeing more of your ads, and therefore you are generating more revenue from that. But the thing that really I think is making my channel super lucrative, even though I have a smaller subscriber count and I don't get that many views yet, is my RPMs and my CPMs. So you can see that my RPM for the month of January is $24 and my CPM is $56.28, which is actually some of the highest that I have ever seen on YouTube. So if you are a agency or a media buyer and you're not on YouTube, you are definitely missing out on an opportunity here. Another interesting thing here was that 2 of my top earning videos during this time were not actually published during the month of January. So we have one video that was Watch Me Build Out a Facebook ad account with a $50K per month budget. I actually published that back in December, but that was my second highest earner in January 2021, which is pretty cool. And then there was another video which I actually published all the way back in June or July of 2020, and that's still generating quite a bit of revenue for me, which is really awesome to see. Now, what's super interesting to me is this Watch Me Build Out a Facebook ad account with a $3,000 per month budget is actually what made me the most amount of money during the entire month. And the reason why I think this is because this content is super valuable to media buyers and entrepreneurs. It's a little bit technical, a little bit theoretical, but it packs a punch with valuable information. And this is actually the kind of video that I haven't seen many other creators make. So I think that, people are finding this video, they're finding it valuable, they're sticking around for it longer. These videos often average about 20 minutes each video. So we're also getting more ad revenue because there are going to be more ads in those videos. And that is it. If you'd like to see more YouTube growth videos, please let me know. I will always continue to primarily make content about Facebook ads and other paid social media platforms, but I am super passionate about YouTube and I'd love to share my knowledge with you on this subject. So please let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.